You know, as a football coach, nothing can be more gratifying than seeing some guys on the recruiting trail. You went from talking to them and their parents on their couches in their homes to seeing these guys be future All-SEC, fulfilling their dreams of beating two #1 teams in a 3-week span, as in the 2017 Auburn Tigers had the opportunity to beat Georgia and Alabama. Both were #1 teams in the country, had the opportunity to play in the SEC championship, went to a New Year's Six bowl. These guys on this that participated in this pro day are going to be cemented in Auburn history, and I think Gus Malzahn can't be any more than proud of how his guys perform in the pro day and look forward to their futures. Once again, it's K-Stu the GOAT for Vernon Speak Sports, mostly talking about Auburn football and the rest of the SEC. Want to give a shout out to my fearless and true gang, War Eagle. Now, just to get a little sneak on our first opponent, the Oregon Ducks, they conducted their first football practice today, and the only significant notes that I have just kind of dissecting their spring practice is there's been a position change. Speedster out of Florida, Daewood Davis, who was number 81, will be converted over to cornerback. That's my little spying that I've done on Oregon for today. But back to the Auburn Tigers. You know, my take on Gus Malzahn in his pro day, he had a lot of great things to say about his departing players. Jarrett Stidham had an incredible performance. I look at some of his techniques. The technique and his passing ability has never been an issue for Jarrett. What has been an issue for Jarrett is his response under duress. And like I said before, I'm very, very huge on a quarterback's elite ability to throw that intermediate route. Now, the intermediate route that I'm talking about is that intermediate route where you have to zip that thing in between the Will or Sam linebacker and the free safety or nickelback. That's a very difficult pass to throw, but that's a high level throw that has to be made at the pro level. And Jarrett Stidham is definitely going to have a place. He interviews very well. The NFL scouts are very impressed with him and the way he carries himself. He looks the part of a leader of the NFL team. So I think he's going to do very well. Another guy that Gus Malzahn was really big on is Deshaun Davis. He says, you know, throughout his career, he's always been that guy that can't do this, can't do that, too short this, too short that. But my take on this is Gus Malzahn really is super proud of Deshaun Davis, as we all are as Auburn fans and analysts of the game. You know, he's one of those just feel-good stories. You know, he's somewhat undersized. He doesn't have all the elite abilities of, say, a Owen Pappo or some guys like that. Hint, hint. But either way, he has the heart. He has the heart of a lion, and he really genuinely wants to play the game of football. And I think his work ethic and his want to and his strength and his stewardship of the game is really going to transfer very well on the next level. So, and then I look at Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis was kind of a scat back receiver. He's very, very quick, very hard to tackle. And I think he's also going to have a very, very decent career NFL-wise. And some of my favorite players on this team, as I look back at the Auburn Tigers and just kind of analyze some things that Gus Malzahn talk about in his pro day, you know, Chandler Cox may have a decent future. Jamel Dean, very impressive with his 40 time, and Darius Slayton, very impressive with their 40 time. So, you know, Gus Malzahn, like I said before, he has to be more than proud of his guys for showing up and participating very well in pro day this year. Now, he also had some things to say about spring practice, some things I alluded to actually a couple of weeks ago in another video where I talked about the quarterback battle. This is going to be a very, very important battle, and I think Kenny Dillingham and Gus Malzahn definitely have their work cut out for them, but at least they have what I think are 4 good viable choices for the quarterback position. Number one, they're legitimate dual threats. You know, they're not just a quarterback that kind of run a little bit, but these guys are viable dual threats and when Gus Malzahn has a quarterback that can really run that run pass option and be an actual threat to run, that's when he has been the most successful, and that's when his offenses have been completely out of control. Now, Gus really, just as I would have thought, he really wants this quarterback to at least have some solid information about the quarterback position going into the summer. You know, he wants a lot of those questions answered, and rightfully so. That's what I said in that last video, is that I think Auburn really wants to have a strong idea based on the information given, that they have a good idea as to the 1 and 2 or the 2-1 flip-flop going into fall practice. And the good news is all 4 quarterbacks are on campus. Bo Nix, an early enrollee. He's expected to make a strong push. Cord Sandberg, Malik Willis, and Joey Gatewood will all participate in spring practice. And for all information says that all 4 guys are healthy and will be given a fair choice, a fair chance competition-wise. And I think it's great to have a great quarterbacks coach like Kenny Dillingham to lead that charge. Once again, it's K-Stu to go for Vernon Speaks Sports, mostly talking about Auburn football. Like, comment, and subscribe. War Eagle.